So I just got done playing more or less halfway through Sonic Colors when I realized an interesting fact. Sonic Colors is the reason why Sonic Forces is such shit. When I first played Sonic Forces, I thought, who would come up with these game designs, these short, bizarre levels, these gimmicky levels, these nothing bosses? And now that I finally got to play Sonic Colors, I've played every other one before this. I just thought, oh, Sonic Colors, I've heard it's good. I'm sure it's not too far off of Sonic Generations, or maybe like Sonic Heroes, or just has the aliens to give you powers, whatever, not much different. But no, it's completely different. There's some levels that are 1 or 2 minutes long, just like Sonic Forces, that are just kind of, I don't know if challenges is the right word, because sometimes there'll be a platforming challenge. Sometimes it'll just be a really quick, do this run really perfectly, and there'll be a 1 minute level or something. And if you don't do it perfect, then you're just gonna fall into a bottomless pit where you'll eventually hit the bottom, and then you gotta climb all the way back up. And even though it could have been a 1 minute level, now it's a 5 minute level or something like that. And the wisps aren't even used all that great, but maybe they're used better near the end of the game or something. But then you get to the bosses, and I can't quite say whether Sonic Forces has better bosses or not. They're about the same. So Sonic Forces might be a bit better. Either way, they're both really insanely basic. Run straight in a straight line, hit the weak point, not much more. Which is weird because it's Sonic Generations and Unleashed kind of had the same thing, but I don't know, I felt like there was a bit more spectacle, a bit more obstacles to dodge around in this 3D highway type environment or something like that. And Sonic Forces is literally just run down this 2D plane, hit the thing, next phase of the boss or something. And it's just what? And that's another thing. There's so much 2D in Sonic Colors. I guess this is why people love to talk about how great of a game it was, because it's the first Sonic in 3D that had these 2D levels. I guess it's better than Sonic the Hedgehog 4. It was kind of doing the same thing back when that came out. And I mean, for 2D levels, I guess these are fine, but if you want 3D, yeah, this is Sonic Colors is shit. And if you want 2D, I'd say Sonic Colors is shit. I mean, the 2D in Sonic Generations was way better than in Sonic Colors. Yeah, it's just it feels like they just put it in 2D to cover up how much they didn't want to create an actual level design or something like that. But 3D Sonic games don't have really complex level design, but I suppose dodging enemy fire in a 3D environment is far more thrilling than dodging enemy fire in a 2D environment. And of course, the story in Colors is about the same as Sonic Forces. I don't know, maybe worse, maybe better. I mean, Sonic Forces has all these useless side characters that do nothing. At least Sonic Colors is more confined to only 5 core characters. So it never feels like nobody's doing anything, but there's not many characters in the first place anyway. But yeah, I just wanted to state my thoughts on this, just because, again, there are no Sonic games at all, 3D or 2D, that are like Sonic Forces and Sonic Colors. them two games specifically are in a vacuum. They're all alone by themselves in space, and all the rest of the Sonic games are in a completely different universe. It's insane. It's so crazy. I kind of want to see the next Sonic game just to see whether this is the direction they're actually going to go in. I mean, I've heard that Sonic Forces was made the way it was because they lost a whole bunch of their core older members or something like that. So maybe Sonic Forces is what's to come of Sonic games. But at the same time, we haven't seen a quick buck sequel right after Sonic Forces, so maybe they do know that they screwed up. I mean, time will only tell, but yeah, Sonic Forces and Colors, easily the worst ones. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just go and play Sonic Adventure, and you'll have a much, much, much better time.